Hi everyone, Hilde Larsen here, coming to you to have a real talk about health and mindset. I'm a health and mindset coach, you know. I'm a life enthusiast also, and a detox specialist, and an author, a speaker. But today I want to share with you a question that one of my members had. And I talked a little bit about this at our last month's live that we do every month in the membership group. But I thought this question had something in it that I wanted to collaborate on a little bit. I wanted to talk a little bit deeper, and I wanted you all to hear my thoughts on this, because I know that this is about so much more than health. This is about so much more than diet. You know what I'm about, right? I'm about nature, simplicity, raw food, energetics, healing, but ultimately what we want. We all want the same thing. We want to be happy. So allow me to read this question to you. And how do you, okay, so comment. What do you think about my new hair? It's changing so deeply, right? So let's see what this will be. This is about, I would say, so probably 7 months in since my last coloring, since my last anything with my hair. So what I'm doing now is I'm being my own hairdresser, doing a little bit of trimming now and then to just kind of let this all grow out and let my colored, darker hair all fall off. So if you want to join me on that journey, now that's something special. But I know for a lot of us ladies, it's been a big deal. It's been a big deal coloring our hair. We've been led to believe that growing out our natural is somehow less desirable, attractive, that we look older, that, you know, I don't know. So many crazy things are happening right now, and we're just fed up with it, aren't we? We're just fed up with everything that doesn't really matter. So here's the question from my member that I wanted to talk a little bit about. Okay, so this is what she says. Sometimes I feel being happy and eating what we are drawn to, as well as striving to make improvements every day, feels as an important step. And it is. I used to try to be perfect, and it can just lead us to crashing down, and those feelings of failure start haunting. So she's saying that from trying to be perfect, meaning to follow a specific diet, because I'm thinking that's what perfect would be in this concept, that in itself could lead her to falling off, crashing down, and then that again leads her to feeling like a failure. And I know this is a lot of you. This is not just her, a lot of you. And then she says, balance appears very important. Can you please explain how we improve our health and well-being in a way that we can retain focus and happiness? Again, can you please tell or explain how we improve our health and well-being? Okay, she wants to feel better. She wants to improve her health and well-being in a way that can retain focus and happiness. So she's looking for a way to feel better by doing better, but she wants to be happy doing it. And she wants to be able to keep her focus on doing it. And the interesting thing is, in the beginning of this question, and I don't even think I read that part. Yes, she said that sometimes I feel being happy and eating what we're drawn to, as well as striving to make improvements every day, is an important step. So we're looking to eat what makes us feel happy, in the sense that going on a healthier diet doesn't necessarily make us feel happy, or we're not eating what makes us feel happy. Now this is where I could put up a lot of notes. I could put up a lot of, you know, interesting points on what this is, but I just want to be real. I just want to tell you what comes right to my mind. Because with the work that I'm doing, this is what I experience so many times. we are missing, in our search of happiness, we are missing the valuable lessons, and we're missing the eagerness for the change itself and what it means. So by going after changing the diet to feel better, like why would you change your diet? So you're not feeling optimal. This is the get-go. And then you want to feel better. Now, why do you want to feel better? Because you think it's going to make you happy. Why do you want illness to go away? Why do you want your eczema, your ulcers, your arthritis, your diabetes? Why do you want it to go away? Because you believe that by it going away, you're going to feel happy. Ultimately, we're looking for happiness, you see. We're not really looking for health. Not really. We're looking for what it means. What does it represent? So, look at it from that standpoint. You're looking to be happy. Now, the word balance has gotten its way in to us like a noble thing, like balance. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. We need balance. No, not really. We don't need balance. We don't need a little bit of bad and a little bit of good. We don't need to have enough of this and enough of that. Where did that come from? What we need is empowerment. What we need is to feel free, to feel authentic, to be able to create from a place of freedom and not addiction, not fear. We need to be connected to love and spirit. So when you are seeking balance and happiness through change, you're seeking a quick fix or an easy pill that doesn't exist. Because the reason we're not changing in the first place is the fear of pain. It's the fear of painful change. It's the fear of loss. It's the fear that you're going to lose whatever that change represents to you. So if you know, and I know that you know, that there are a lot of things that you can do to change your life today. If I asked you, and I don't care who you are specifically, if I asked you today, okay, you want to feel better? Do you know one thing that's going to make that happen for you? Do you know one little thing that you could change for your health and your life? Yes, you know. You know that one thing. And yet, you're not changing it. And it's not because it will create imbalance or because you then couldn't eat, the big pizza that will, nurture you and make yourself love yourself so much. See, that's all bullshit. It's called self-sabotage. That's what it's called. We're telling ourselves these things because we don't want the change. We want what it represents. I want to be happy. I want to be healthy. I want to go surfing in Hawaii. That's what I want. But the change to get there, or what needs to be done, we're shying away from. And we're looking for a way out. There isn't any. That's the thing. And I'm not saying that you need to change your whole diet. I'm not saying that there's anything in particularly you specifically need to do to achieve everything you want to achieve. Maybe you just don't, you're just so stressed, you just need to chill. Maybe there are, people that needs to be forgiven. What do I know? I don't know anything about you, but I do know this about health. And I do know this about happiness and what we seek. Not only from my experience, but from my work with so many people that were seeking the same thing ultimately. But the reason it's so different, the way to get there, is because our obstacles are different. Our limitations, how we limitate ourselves are different for every one of us. So you can't search for happiness within the process of change. Ain't gonna find it. I think this is real talk. We ain't gonna find the happiness in the midst of change. You're not gonna find the peace in the midst of the storm, but you can feel peaceful knowing that the storm will pass. But that's different. When you're walking into change, when you're changing your diet, you're stepping up your game. Doing that and still feeling that you're the empowered one, that's where the strength is. That's where you'll find the happiness, not by changing the protocol so that you can still keep doing what you think makes you happy right now, but is ultimately sabotaging your health, making you slower, sicker, more obstructed, more angry, more resentful. This is what I see in this world. When we're living from fear, we're living from stagnancy, we're holding ourselves back, we're dimming our own light, telling ourselves all of this crap that it's too hard. And then we fall into the other trap, which is this. Now I am judging myself, blaming myself. Boo-hoo. Now I'm doing this, and that's not spiritual. I shouldn't be doing this. I should be cheering myself on. I should be the one saying, oh, it doesn't matter if you fell off. You're amazing. Keep on going. Yeah, absolutely. Tell yourself that. It's all true. Of course it is. But it's also okay to have some real talk with yourself and say, hey, you need to get over this. You need to do what you need to do to get yourself out of this mess. You have to remember, we got ourselves into this mess. We can get ourselves out of this mess. And when I talk about mess, I'm talking about everything that doesn't feel good to you, that doesn't feel energetic and healthy. This is what I'm talking about. So when you want to change your diet and your mindset, I would go to the self-sabotage course that I have on my website. Click on that, listen to the audios, and pinpoint what's my bullshit. Like, what am I telling myself? Why am I holding myself back? And then I would feel happiness or enthusiasm, anticipation around the topic of change. It's inevitable. There is nothing in creation that isn't under constant change. We're the ones holding on for our lives way into illness because we're so afraid of that change. Okay, let me go back to the question real quick. Let me see if I feel that that was, an answer. What do you think? I used to try to be perfect, and it can just lead to chasing and crushing down. I'll end it with this, because I like that. The perfect thing. And here's the thing. Trying to be perfect is something different. It's a mindset of not allowing failure. It's a mindset of not allowing experience that will lead to growth. Perfect is a word that we have used and why we have become people pleasers, because we think without being perfect in the eyes of others, mind you, in the eyes of others, then we just don't have the right value. We're not the golden kind. We're broken if we're not perfect in the eyes of others. Now you have to remember, in the eyes of creation, you're always perfect. In the eyes of God, you're always perfect. And the eyes of you should always be perfect. Like nature is always perfect. And I don't think you blame nature for anything. Do you blame it for the wind, for the fall, for the spring? Do you blame it for the rain, for the sunshine? No, it just is, because it's all perfect, and we're living our perfect being, our perfect life. Doesn't matter where you're at, it's perfect. Don't confuse that with the ability to change, and to change your ways and your diet and your lifestyle and how you think about your future, how you treat your fellow workers or family members. That has nothing to do with being perfect or not. It's okay to allow change. It's okay to expect from yourself to take charge of your own life. It has nothing to do with being perfect or not. It's a concept created out of fear of not being enough from the standpoint of others. So, I want to invite you to look at if you're sabotaging your own happiness and health. And I want you to look at why that would be. In my course, I go into all the different types of sabotage you could do. I also go into solutions, what you can do to get untangled, get your power back, your freedom, look at addictions. So much to talk about, and I'll get more and more into this because, let's be honest, diet is not that hard. Herbs, a healthy protocol, a healthy lifestyle, not that hard. Us, hard, meaning us change to do better, to ultimately become happier, hard. That's what I want to inspire you into changing. I want you to change that so that it doesn't become hard and so that you don't fear change, so that you can honor the struggle because it's a part of what we want. It's a part of what you want. Isn't it? If you didn't want change, then don't change anything and keep receiving what you've always been getting. If that's what you want, keep at it. But I'm guessing it's not. I know it wasn't what I wanted. I was so eager to change, I would probably jump into a pool of anything just for something to change. And I don't want you to wait until you're bedridden to see what's going on in your life and why you're holding on, holding back, dimming your light, allowing others to interfere. They can only do that if you allow them. And a lot of us, we don't even have healthy boundaries. So we don't know the concept of taking care of ourselves first. I want to teach you that. Thank you for being here. And I wish you an amazing day wherever you are in the world. I really do love you. We do need each other right now. And I want us to stand together and be real. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Please like, please share, and I'll see you in my next video.